We are live. Am I ready? Who knows? We'll figure it out here on the CHGO White Sox podcast. Presented to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary with our friends over at Bet365. Sign up using code CHGO365 when you bet $5 for the first time. Whether that wins or loses, you get $200 in bonus bets to mess around. It's a pretty fun time. Sign up using code CHGO365. Welcome into Studio B of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. Alongside me, Joey Christopoulos, my producer.
Hey, what's up, Sean?
Nothing much. We were supposed to go at 5:30, and our lovely friend from Sox on Tap, BZ, was supposed to join us. But those damn Cubs had to push their game to 4:08 because the Guardians also play, and then the Yankees and Red Sox also play. So the Cubs being at 4:08 meant that I wouldn't have a producer at 5:30. So it was either now or 8 o'clock.
Very quickly, it ain't damn Cubs, it's damn Yankees. If they didn't force the game 3, that game would have been at 2 o'clock. And everything would have been golden, in theory, but not really.
Because then you would have been on a post-game show, and it would have happened
Damn
at like
Cubs,
7.
damn Yankees, damn Tigers, damn Guardians.
Cubs. You know what? If the Yankees and Red Sox are playing and the Detroit Tigers and Guardians are playing today, you know what? We're not doing anything at CHGO because it doesn't matter. We'll talk today, obviously, as some people can tell, about the headline, should the White Sox regret the Garrett Crochet trade? Again, I'm not saying the title. The headline is not my opinion. It's just, again, a question. We'll try to answer that here on the CHGO White Sox podcast. We will also be talking about a funny graphic that I saw on last night's Reds-Dodgers game, and then we will wrap up with the most important thing of all. Can we name every single White Sox player from the 2025 team? Shout out to our guy, Trey. Shout out to him putting together this quiz.
And we only have 10 minutes to do it.
We only have 10 minutes to do it. We did it last year with Vinny and Herb. I think we did it the year before as well. It was their game to try to figure it out. Now it's my game, and Joey's the quiz master. So we'll figure out if I can do it. So stay tuned here on the CHGO White Sox podcast. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Do we have a Die Hard sale going on?
We do have a Die Hard sale going on right now. $36 for the month, or you can... Oh, excuse me, for the year, correct. Right. And then you could do $58 for the year and also get that CHGO hat brought to you by brandedbills.com.
Show off that hat. I don't know if it's even zoomed in, but it's got a nice CHGO. And both my wife and then Emma, our social media manager, when I first showed them off this hat, they really liked the 3D effect.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I guess it's... I don't know how to describe it. Would it be?
It's 3D is correct. It's also
it's got
elevated off the brim of the hat.
It's got a nice golf feel. I guess that's how I've described it multiple times when feeling it. But shout out to Brandon Bills for the hat. Anyways, let's talk about Garrett Crochet. A fantastic game from Garrett Crochet on Tuesday against the Yankees on 9:30. They got a 3-1 win. He did allow a second inning home run to Anthony Volpe. But 7 2/3 innings for Crochet, 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run. It was the home run. No walks, 11 strikeouts, 117 pitches. Just to refresh you, Garrett Crochet did throw 4 postseason games for the White Sox for a grand total of 3 innings and 60 pitches. So in that start alone, he nearly doubled his workload with the Red Sox than what he did with the Chicago White Sox. And it is funny to look back on that October 1st game of 2020, the White Sox taking on the Oakland Athletics, and you get that fantastic moment of Luis Robert Jr. hitting that second inning home run off of Mike Fiers, and you said, "Baby, oh my God, there's a chance. There's a chance we're gonna advance past the wild card round." And then everything just started to crumble. Garrett Crochet's arm fell apart. Dane Dunning started to suck. Then you also had our guy Carlos Rodon, who would pitch in Game 2 of the ALDS in the Red Sox-Yankees season. Brutal to just see how this is all unfolded and how we went from 2020 and so much brightness and hope to 2025. There's some brightness and hope, but for just some completely new crop of people. And even though Giolito, Reynaldo Lopez, Carlos Rodon, Garrett Crochet, Yohan Moncada are all in Major League Baseball still. Aaron Bummer, none of them play for the
Yasmani Grandal still?
I don't think he was. I think he's just still over at the Fifth Third Bank Arena. I think that's the only sighting that we've seen of him.
He might be on the way out there.
But yeah, no, we'll talk about that. It's just very crazy that Crochet went from like that. What if he just stayed healthy in that moment? What would that have turned into? Do the White Sox ever trade him? We'll answer that question. First, I see we have a super chat.
We sure do, man. This is one of my favorite super chats of the year.
Shout out to my guy. $10. Appreciate Kevin. Sean, just want to thank you for all the work you've done this season covering the Sox. You truly make this team more enjoyable. Keep up the amazing work and go Sox. Thank you deeply, Kevin. I truly appreciate that. It's such a blessing to do this job. I know that I can yell, and I've been working on it to not raise everyone's blood pressure. I'll try not to rant too much. I'll try to save them. Lawrence Holmes refers to it as the driver. I'll try to keep the driver where the driver should be. But no, I really do appreciate it. And at the end of the day, this is like Ernie Johnson said about inside the NBA. This is a get-to job. I am more than beyond grateful to get to do this job, to celebrate the White Sox with you guys, and I'm more than grateful for that super chat. So thank you so much, Kevin. This is not a have-to job. It is never. It's annoying when you're like, oh, BZ's going to be out at 5:30, and then the time gets changed. But outside of that, like minor annoyances. Great people to work with here at CHGO, and truly a dream to talk about the Chicago White Sox for a living. I still feel stupid when I'm in Trader Joe's because I think they're forced to talk to you. And they're like, oh, what'd you do today? And it's like, oh, I just got off work. Oh, what'd you do for work? Talk about the White Sox on a podcast. What?
I talk about Brooks Baldwin for a living. They're like, really?
No, it never goes that deep. It's just more like, what do you mean? You do a podcast, like that's your job. You make somehow I make a living doing this. Somehow my wife allows me to do this. Like this is somehow
work
balancing out my end of the relationship.
Yeah, work in sports. 3 words I think both of us have always wanted to do, and we're doing it. Yeah. And we deeply appreciate people like Kevin and everyone else in the chat that come and hang out and listen to Sean because they should be. And Sean teaches, informs, entertains, and rants. Does a little bit of everything. I know.
I also
I'm
get
pushing
real
you.
freaked out when we get too
I know. I'm pushing you.
Let's get back to the White Sox. That's why you're listening. All right, Alec, my guy in the chat saying, and thank you again, Kevin. Really do appreciate that. Hopefully we can meet up at a game sometime or maybe during the offseason. Alec S saying, as pissed as I am that they traded Crochet and started this rebuild again, they weren't going to be good when it came time to pay him. And then at the end, Colton saying, do you think the White Sox could have got a better package if they traded Crochet at the deadline last year if he didn't say he wouldn't pitch in the postseason without an extension? So let's start first with Alec. Alec answers the question, do the Sox regret trading Garrett Crochet? That's not the headline. The headline is should. Do the Sox regret trading Garrett Crochet? No. And that doesn't matter about being pissed about trading him or not. Alec is completely right. The White Sox were not going to pay him. I cannot come to you and say, they should have signed that extension. That's me dreaming. That's me being a meatball. That's me seeing other teams spending hundreds of millions of dollars on players and wanting and wishing and hoping. The reality, the White Sox have never done that. I shouldn't expect them to do that. I want them to do that. I hope Justin Ishbia will do that before 2029. I hope he takes over by 2027. But right now, that's not the case. Should they regret it, though? Because at the end of the day, this is a player that put up 6.3 WAR in his first year with Boston. He led Major League Baseball, and it's bold. He led the league, so it's not italic. So he led American League in innings pitched, 205. He led in the American League in strikeouts, and he led the American League in batters faced. And I think one of the reasons that people talked themselves into trading him was, can he last? He was just a reliever. I was shocked that he was the opening day starter in 2024. But I think what we saw from him in 2024 was that he's a horse. Have you ever seen someone bigger, stronger? He looks like Dirk Nowitzki out there. He is a horse. And you look at him and Skubal next to each other, it is so shocking that you have so similar of players, like just dominant, huge lefties that just throw over 100 miles per hour that like pitch in the same exact league. You overlay their leg kicks and it's like kind of similar. Skubal's really kicking it up there where Crochet just has the longest leg in human history. But he showed something, I think, in 2024 that when people look at the prospect list and say, oh, well, you have Hagen Smith and Noah Schultz, while Noah Schultz is 6'10", and also an outlier when it comes to size from a lefty, Crochet, I think, showed something in 2024, the major league level, that we haven't even seen from Noah Schultz at the AA level, the AAA level. We kind of saw it from Hagen Smith in the 2 games in the playoffs from Birmingham, but that's a AA. Garrett Crochet looked like an ace. He walked, he talked, and he smelled like an ace. When he finished his 7 2/3 of innings pitched against the Yankees, 1 hit and 11 strikeouts against the biggest rival, what did that man do, Joey? Did that man go have a moment of silence being like, wow, I really built up my career? What did Garrett Crochet do at his locker room?
What did he do?
Cespedes Barbecue over at Yahoo detailed this. Like every other start, he got his phone and he went and played Clash of Clans.
Well, I think Alex...
He's unbothered. He doesn't want to be pitching, and that is what you want from a pitcher. He is 6'7". He goes out there and throws 102. He has possibly the highest graded slider in Stuff Plus history. I think it was at 141 for a starter this year, and he just doesn't care. He just wants to just be done with it so he could be on his phone, and that's what I want. Did Greg Maddux want to be the greatest pitcher of all time? No. He just knew how to get the inning over with so he could be done playing baseball.
He wanted 9 innings to go exactly an hour and 35 minutes, like as long as a Steven Seagal movie. That was Greg Maddox's thing. And real quick, I like Alex's comment here, Chris Sale on creatine, because they don't have the same delivery, but if they had body types, when we're talking body types, they're the polar opposites.
Right.
And Garrett Crochet is literally like that thoroughbred from the lower half. He's
and look
incredible.
how good Sale is. Sale just won a Cy Young last year. You just won a Cy Young last year.
He did. He won the Cy Young last year. Got hurt this year.
Did you see how good he still was?
Oh, yeah, he's incredible. He fractured a rib, so it wasn't like he had something structurally wrong with him. He just had to sit down.
But still, and this guy's built even better. I mean, Sale this year, 3.9 WAR, 258 ERA, and 125 and 2/3 innings pitched. And the year before that, 177 and 2/3. You're trading away a guy that I think easily, if he follows what Chris Sale did, and I think he's a bigger, better specimen, I think you're going to see 200 innings consistently from Garrett Crochet, something you rarely see from starting pitchers at all, and you are getting the league leader in strikeouts per 9 for the guy that's doing this. I think that right now there should be some regret because you weren't a Major League Baseball team and you didn't give the player that I think deserved it the extension. I understand that Teel and Montgomery could be 2 parts of 9 players of a future 2027 lineup. And I really do like Kyle Teel, and I liked Elijah Evans' thought of extending him. If we were bringing up extensions for young guys, I liked the idea that maybe you go with Kyle Teel over Colson Montgomery. But Teel put up around 3 WAR. It's half of what Crochet did. You're probably going to need Montgomery to be around a 3 WAR player. And the reviews aren't raving. He hasn't really fallen or taken a huge stock hit. But I really wanted to see him at the end of the year. And I knew the Cam Smith thing was a little ridiculous when the Astros did it. But he kind of treaded water enough for me to be like, well, they're not even a playoff team, the White Sox. I would want Braden Montgomery to kind of be pushing on the door of Major League Baseball because there's not a right fielder. I think it's going to be exactly the same scenario that played out with Colson Montgomery where, you got to beat Jake Amaya. And the only thing that led to Colson Montgomery not beating Jake Amaya was injuries. So I think that they should regret the trade. I really thought that Garrett Crochet would have been well worth it, and you would have had an ace for 8 years. And if Colson came up and started hitting like this, and you still had Luis Robert Jr. to possibly deal off, Shane Smith still would have been a part of the team. Caro still would have been a part of the team.
Dylan Cease.
But that one, I'm okay. Like the Cease trade was bad, and we'll answer Colin's question after the break because we're getting close to a break. A good time to take a break. The return for Cease, bad. The return for Crochet, stomachable. But if we're talking about players that I would want to extend, like I thought Cease should have gotten more trade value. He didn't. I think we're kind of seeing why now. But I thought he was going to be good for 32 starts every single year, which he has been. But Crochet, I think he's going to be good for 32 starts every single year. And I think it's going to be like ripping through a sheet of loose leaf. Like, this is... Like, we've seen a year of it. We've seen 2 years of it now. I think this is Randy Johnson. Like, this is Bob Dylan to me.
One of the last guys that can go 7 or 8 innings in a game. And that was never really going to be Dylan Cease.
The only thing that stopped him was, pitch count.
Right.
If he was at 100 pitches, they would have kept letting him throw.
Right.
Because he's dominant. All right, we got to take a break here on the CHGO White Sox podcast. Thank you to Kevin for hanging out with us. Thank you to Ryan, Alec, Ian. If you have any thoughts, let us know in the comments section. We'll get to Colton's question in a second as well. Here on the CHGO White Sox podcast, presented by Bet365. It's football time. There's Thursday night college football. Sam Houston versus New Mexico State. I'm on New Mexico State, and of course, I took it when they were minus odds, and now they're plus odds on the money line. Oh, well. And there's NFL football tonight. You got Thursday night football. I think it's Seahawks and Cardinals. Rams and 49ers. It's the NFC West with Bet365. Early payout offer. You're a winner if your team goes up 17 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. So download the app and use code CHGO365 when you sign up. When you bet $5, your first time of betting $5 with Bet365. Whether that bet wins or loses, you get $200 in bonus bets to mess around, whether it's the futures, the props, live in-game wagering, $200 in bonus bets after you place your first wager of $5 and whether that wager wins or loses. Also for Thursday Night Football, you get a $10 safety net bet on a same game parlay. So download the app, use code CHGO365 when you sign up and enjoy those fantastic bonus bets. Must be 21 plus. If you or someone who has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER in app only. We also want to let you know about our friends over at RC Cola. Have you heard their little jingle? I like their little, they have that man with the eagle and his hairy back, and then it ends with a little jingle, and it's like, RC Cola.
I have not, but I love it.
It's really good. It plays before every one of our YouTube videos. RC Cola is not a soft drink, just damn good cola. It's the original cola that doesn't fold under pressure. RG Cola is an OG cola in a world of spineless soft drinks. You know it's the soda for Chicagoans because when you walk into a Salernos, a Milanos, a Palermo's, a Vito and Nick's, what pop are you going to see in the fridge? It's RC Cola, and I like the zero sugar. Give it a try out. It's the same bold, crisp flavor it's always been. Stock up for all your end of summer parties, back to school celebrations, or just watching the game. RC is the move for whatever you're doing. Welcome back to the CHGO White Sox podcast, presented by Bet365. Use code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary. We do have some responses. Before we get to Colton's question, I know Colton's been hanging on. James says, no, they should not regret the trade. They got Kyle Teel from that trade and don't need pitching. Well, that's not true. You always need pitching. You can't win a world championship with one pitcher. You need to have 20. That's fair, but also, like, what? Do the Dodgers not have an ace? Do the Dodgers have Blake Snell, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Glass now? I mean, they have like 3 aces. Carlos Rodon, Max Fried. Obviously, what's his face? Garrett Cole is hurt, but that's 3 aces right there. Garrett Crochet was well worth it for the San Francisco Giants. Pitchers' arms do break down very easily, but when you're 6'7" and 250 pounds and have the legs like Garrett Crochet, the arm doesn't need to do much. When he was 20 and a little stick, at Tennessee, dealing with COVID years, it was probably tougher for him to have that arm strength. Now, he's cutting through butter like a hot knife, or he's cutting through butter.
He's cutting through butter like a hot knife.
Is the knife hot?
The knife needs to be hot to cut through the butter.
Or is
if the butter is already hot, then you can just cut through it with your finger
fair.
if you want
but
to.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, anyways.
I mean, is it fair to say that Garrett Crochet throws harder today than he did several years ago?
No, but he throws it more. Like, that was the thing, was he could just rip it to like 100, but now he can sit at like 97.
Yeah, with consistency and longevity.
He would go like, he had the Bobby Jenks issue where Bobby would go out there and throw 100 one night and then he'd throw 92 the next night. Where Garrett Crochet, now he sits 98. And if he wants to hit 100, he can hit 100. But he doesn't go under 95. And that's just what we've seen from Garrett Crochet, is just a solidly built horse. So let's get to the question from Colton. Colton asked, should they have traded him at the deadline last year? What we could pick up from Bob Nightingale post this deadline was that the Phillies really wanted nothing to do with, I think, Chris Getz. Bob Nightingale pretty much said Chris Getz has annoyed GMs. I think specifically he's annoyed Dave Dombrowski. The Phillies allegedly offered, and I think this was from Matt Gelb of The Athletic, Adrian Miller, the shortstop prospect, and then Carl Crawford's kid. I think it's J.P. Crawford, and then like other prospects. Like I think Eduardo Tate was one of them, which the Sox ended up getting a better package from Boston. So I don't think that they were wrong to not deal him at the deadline. And honestly, the whole part of him saying he wouldn't pitch in the postseason without an extension, I don't really blame Crochet. And I don't really think that it would have like hurt their ability to get more at the deadline, because I think what it showed you was him pitching in August and September proved that horse theory, that it's not just a fluke, it's not just 3 months. This is a guy that we can rely on, that we can have throw 117 pitches in the postseason, that we can give $175 million to. So I think it was a little bit more of what he did post All-Star break and post deadline was a little bit more of a stamp on a great season, and kind of proved it to teams that might have had some concerns. So I think they were right to not deal him at the deadline and annoy Dave Dombrowski. It hurt him in the Luis Robert Jr. trade, because I think the Mets wanted him, and I think that the Phillies were the key for the White Sox to get the Mets to kind of hike up their asking price. But I don't think Dave Dombrowski had any interest of dealing with Chris Getz. And that's why Bob Nightingale said, Chris Getz is annoying, because he knows what he wants and probably made it really difficult for Dave Dombrowski to make a deal. I don't blame Chris Getz for doing that at all. But at the end of the day, I think that there should be regret for trading Garrett Crochet, not because of the return package, not because of who Kyle Teel is a player, but because you are not a proper major league organization that has never given over $100 million to a player. And it's why you have sell the team banners in 2024. It got a little less, feisty about sell the team in 2025, but that's because you came to that agreement with Justin Ishbia. So I think Jerry Reinsdorf, that should be a regret of him as an owner, of not paying up for a player that's well worth it.
Well, and that's what's difficult for White Sox fans. Like, I remember I was doing a different show a long time ago when Chris Sale got traded, and you could talk all you want about the return, and yeah, Yohan Moncada and Michael Kopech and all that stuff, but you're always going to be searching for the next Chris Sale, and that's what's difficult. The thing with the Garrett Crochet trade is that you're always going to be searching for the next Garrett Crochet when you already had him in your organization. Now, on the flip side of that, in terms of the White Sox return, if you think about it just from like a fundamental aspect of what do you want when you get a package of prospects back in return, what's the first thing that you want? You want them to graduate to the major leagues and get as many at-bats as they can. And then the second step is seeing if they can develop into regular players, all-star players, or so on. So far in the Garrett Crochet trade, I mean, Winkleman Gonzalez pitched in the major league level.
And he seems like a bullpen arm,
right,
which I think is a good thing. I think that he could probably touch like 97 consistently. His slider looks good. I don't know if he could do that consistently as a starter. He seems like he could be a guy that could give you an inning.
Right. They graduated Chase, and Chase got a lot of at-bats. Now, we'll find out whether he's a fringe starter, he's everyday second baseman or not.
I liked what I saw, but I think when it comes 2027, he's going to get pushed out, at least to the bench, by Carlson and Bonner.
Right. And then Braden Montgomery, we're hoping to hopefully graduate him next year. The hope and optimism is still very, very high for Braden Montgomery. He might be the best of the bunch. And then finally, the guy that you mentioned that graduated, Kyle Teel, who's a 3-WAR player right now, who I think at the bare minimum will be at least a regular at the major league level in the next couple of years. So in terms of like cashing in on just the prospects to getting to the major league level, they're about to probably be 4 for 4 on the deal by next year. And that's kind of what you want to put yourself in a position to be when you make a Garrett Crochet type trade.
It's more trading Crochet. It's not about the package.
Yes.
The package was sufficient. So Chris Getz did his job. This is more me trying to lambast Jerry Reinsdorf, somebody who's not watching. So good on Jerry for not wasting his time on this. But you brought up Montgomery being the best of the bunch. I think it's going to be Teel. I think I've not soured a little bit on Montgomery, but I do think that Teel, what he showed at the major league level, is extremely encouraging, especially for being a catcher. And I think at the end of the day, catcher versus right field, this is pretty much the Aaron Judge versus Cal Raleigh debate, right? Like, I think that Kyle Teel can be a 120-plus weighted runs created plus hitter as the catcher position. Montgomery would need to be like a 140 to like make that difference up defensively. So I think that Teel will be the most valuable. And look right now, 60 games played. He's around where Francisco Alvarez was for the Mets, 1.9 FWAR. The only other player that played around 70 games that is a higher, Gabriel Moreno and then Sean Murphy, both guys that have gotten, I think, paid. At least Murphy's gotten paid, and Gabriel Moreno for the Diamondbacks, a very highly thought of prospect. So I am highly positive on Teel. I think after seeing Mediroth, I want to see him play more. I think he's easily going to be the starter for the 2026 team. It's just more about Montgomery kind of sealing the deal.
Yeah.
Braden sealing the deal on that. But I don't really know, like, if you're Jerry Reinsdorf, like, you didn't sign him because you didn't have the NBC money. I think that's it. Because CHSN has to exist. Now you are going to be a farm for other teams to acquire high-level pitching. If you don't think that Shane Smith's next, hate to break it to you, Shane Smith's next. Maybe we'll be able to enjoy Noah Schultz or Hagen Smith, but we won't be able to enjoy both of them. If they both come up to the major league level and are both top of the line aces, maybe they're good enough and maybe Ishbia is the owner where they keep them. But if it's Jerry Reinsdorf and it's 2033 and both of these guys have pitched for 3 years and they're now hitting, arbitration, do they look to move one of them to save money? And then, pitchers break down. We'd rather have 2 bats. Like, I'm just saying, until Ishbia takes over, this vicious cycle will happen. How do you stop it? By not trading these guys.
This could be a really interesting exercise, and I'd be curious how we could attack it. It seemingly is when you take the Martin Perez's and the Eric Fetties of the world, and if you could extrapolate that out the next couple of years, how much money would the White Sox have to spend on that version of pitching? And would it be equal, less? How much money would they be saving if they had just tried to get Garrett Crochet to sign a 4-year, $80 million deal 16 months ago?
Well, but 4 years does nothing for him. Like the whole.
Okay, I mean, like, but give me a parameter that would have made sense, and then and then try and run that.
Crochet extension talks.
Well, do you remember what your numbers were?
Come on, we got other programming.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, they still are spending money on pitching, and what if they had just spent that money on Garrett Crochet instead of like a Martin Perez and Eric Fetty? There will be one more pitcher that they'll spend $5 or $6 million on. I'm sure they are saving money, but I'm wondering how much proportionate it is to if they had just figured out a way to give Garrett Crochet $20 million a year 12 or 16 months ago and maybe just rolled it out like that and created a cost certainty with a bankable asset instead of going back and trying to find something, 50% off the sticker price.
Okay, I said it would be like the Glass Now extension, I think. I don't know.
Glass Now, yeah, Glass Now is like 120.
It just wouldn't happen. I don't know. We spent 30 minutes on it, so we could just stop talking about it, honestly. I just think that they see it more as volume rather than, one great shining piece. They instead of collecting diamonds, is that even the most valuable gem? They're collecting opal. They instead of having the Hope diamond,
Never doubt the black
they'd rather
opal.
have several hundred opals. All right, we're going to take a break here on the CHGO White Sox podcast. We'll be back to name every White Sox from the 2025 season. I also want to talk a little bit about Chad Patrick and Shane Smith, and maybe I'll figure out something about what I thought about the extension after the break here on the CHGO White Sox podcast. Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake is slashing prices on new cars and giving you big savings all month long. Come in today to shop the model year end sales event and drive home with employee pricing on every new Chevrolet model. You can get $3,000 to $11,000 off MSRP, or check out their selection of over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. With one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories, you'll be sure to find the perfect vehicle for you. And as one of the top-selling Chevy dealers in the Midwest, they're able to keep their prices competitive, so you'll know you'll get a great deal, and you can have the promise from Ray himself that the price you see is the price you get. There's no add-ons, no haggles, no extra fees. The price you see is the price you get. You could shop confidently over at Ray. Don't miss out on the model year end sales event going on all month long for employee pricing on every new Chevrolet model. Shop at Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com. They've been serving the community since 1963. Together, let's drive. We also want to let you know about our friends over at Game Time. Joey, what time is it?
It is game time.
Oof. The Game Time app gives the advantage back to fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. You can still buy Major League Baseball tickets for Chicago baseball. There's probably like 2 more hours at least to make sure that sentence won't go like awry. Cubs play at 4. Maybe they win. Maybe there's more baseball. Maybe there's not. But if it's NFL, if it's concerts, if it's plays, the theater in Chicago, Game Time is the place to buy tickets. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. The best part about Game Time, too, the closer you get to Game Time or curtain call or first song, the price goes down. Go check out this fantastic app. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHGO for $20 off. Tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Welcome back to the CHGO White Sox podcast. We got over 20 people watching and several people commenting. If you can, hit that thumbs up button. We'd appreciate you hanging out with us. Thank you to Kevin, Erica, Tud, Max, Kevin, Colton, and that's not even the regulars. So appreciate everyone hanging out with us. Obviously, Ryan, Kevin, Alec, etc. Great to see you guys hanging out with us. Make sure you're subscribing to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel if you haven't already. We do have some comments. Colton first saying, can't wait for Jerry to be gone, and they actually spend money. Do you think Jerry... Ishbia will be willing to spend immediately? I think the guy wants to be an owner right now. I think he's got money burning a hole in his wallet. I don't know if it's going to be exactly what we want, but I think we'll get a player over $100 million. I don't know if we'd sign like a Kyle Tucker for $400 million, but I don't think that if we had a Crochet, $185 million over 8 years would be off the table, at least with an owner like Ishbia. Fingers crossed. Again, maybe that's just the optimism talking. Kevin saying they traded away aces in back-to-back years. Now they're both winning in the playoffs. Weird. Huh. Who plays today? Oh yeah, I guess who isn't that weird too? Is it disgusting? And I know someone did this already yesterday, and it is a little stupid because stuff has happened. But could you imagine a rotation with Carlos Rodon, Dylan Cease, Lucas Giolito, and Garrett Crochet? Oh, it's the 2021 White Sox. Oh, it's 2 pitchers from the Red Sox, a pitcher from the Yankees, and a pitcher from the Padres.
Jose Quintana is still on the Brewers too, by the way.
What a great rotation that would be. Yeah, and Sale didn't even make it into the playoffs. If Ronaldo Lopez could see and be on the Braves and didn't have a torn shoulder labrum, it'd be like 6 starting pitchers in the postseason that all played for the White Sox. And then finally, Max saying, are we punting on Sosa then? Maybe a Luis Sosa package. I was surprised that Gene Watson said that even last year Sosa had people kicking the tires on him. He doesn't have a major league option or minor league option anymore. He doesn't have a major league position defensively. I am fine with getting rid of Lenyn Sosa. I don't see the point of packaging Sosa and Robert, though. A team is already going to be taking on a decent amount of money, so then you're just adding money onto that. And while Robert is an insane defender, Sosa isn't that good enough of a hitter, I think, to just like be a part of a throw-in. So I'm fine with them punting on Sosa and maybe getting a relief arm or a starter if they can make that deal work. I'm not a huge fan of Sosa. I'd rather see Mediroth. I'd rather see Brooks. I'd rather see Montgomery. I'd rather, Benintendi's unfortunately going to be here, but I'd rather see someone else in left field and then maybe Benintendi as the DH. So I'm fine with punting on Sosa. And, if Benintendi wasn't here, I'd be all for keeping Sosa, but it seems like Benintendi's going to be here. And then Tud bringing up most of the core aren't free agents till 2030-ish, which means Ishbio will be the owner by then. And absolutely. And I know that this isn't directly, I think this is more a comment to Colton, but that's kind of the reason why I want to keep Crochet, is because even by 2031, when Ishbio will likely be the owner, even if you go to 2033, he's only 33 years old. Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander have been dominating until they're like 38. Randy Johnson aged pretty damn well. I just think that this is going to be a guy that is likely pitching until 2035. That when the White Sox have a new stadium, Garrett Crochet will be coming back pitching against the White Sox in that stadium. Maybe they don't have a new stadium. Josh brought that up a couple days ago, but I don't know. It feels a little iffy. And hey, Max, it's not even just 1 year. Good year too. It's he had a good year last year. He had a great Venezuelan Winter League. He had a great September of 2024 as well. I just don't think that a 108 weighted runs created plus, a little bit above average, is enough to be your DH or is enough to, have him play defensively, because he can't play first. Maybe he could play second, and maybe that's his offseason this year. Maybe last year's offseason was sharpening his offensive skills. Maybe he comes out like a bat out of hell and playing great second base defense. But I'm fine if they trade him for a relief pitcher or starting pitcher. Finally, I wish we had what the Milwaukee Brewers had. Joey, Baseball America put out their all-rookie list, and there was 5 starting pitchers on there. Will Warren was on there for some reason, 0.6 F4. Shane Smith not on the list, over 2 F4, whatever. But it is crazy.
Did like Nolan McLean make the list, like the guys that had a good second half? Or
I have no idea. Kate Horton was on there. Yeah. Don't worry. Kate Horton was like the
No. So there's been a couple of guys that have like had a really nice like 6 or 7 weeks of a season that are making like lists, and are they going to be rookie of the year and stuff? And like, Nolan McLean is great, but he's only been pitching like 2 months. And I'm just saying,
Noah
even
Cameron, Kate Horton, Chad Patrick, Cam Schlittler, Will Warren, Braden Fisher, Colson Montgomery, Jacob Marcy, Dalen Lyle, Roman Anthony, Jacob Wilson, Matt Shaw, Luke Keeschel, Nick Kurtz, and Drake Baldwin.
Okay.
But anyways, Chad Patrick's on the list. Shane Smith's on the list. Just absurd that Milwaukee in the Rule 5 draft had to choose between keeping Chad Patrick or Shane Smith. There wasn't really a bad choice. Chad Patrick, 2.6 F4, 119 and 2/3 innings pitched, 3.53 ERA. His FIP matches, 25% K rate, 8% walk rate. Shane Smith, 2.2 F4, 146 and a third innings pitched, 3.81 ERA, 4.10 FIP, 23.5 K percent, 9.4 walk rate. They technically made the right decision just because Patrick had a better year, but still, Shane Smith looks pretty good. So that's a pretty absurd just thing there for the Brewers having to choose between those 2 players. All right, let's get to the main event. What you've all been waiting for. Can Sean Anderson name all 62?
Bated breath.
62 players in Major League that played for the White Sox in 2025. J.R. Max saying, Lenine was the most consistent offensive player. Why do we want to deal him? Again, I feel like I laid out the point that much. Sure, he might have been consistent, but he was never like extremely good. At the end of the day, he settles at slightly above average. When you have a designated hitter, you want him to be more than above average. His job is to hit. So if he's on the team for 2026, that's fine. If they decide to trade him for a relief pitcher or starting pitcher, that's fine. I don't think that he's worth any hand-wringing. I don't think that he is a super special player. I think that Mediroth is probably worth more because he's around an above-average hitter and he's an above-average fielder. That math works out for me. Lenine's not playing short. Colson's there. He's not playing third. Can't play third. Miguel Vargas is probably getting spots or ability to play over him at first base. Like, where is he going to play? DH? Again, Benny's there. There's just a cluster Lenine hasn't separated himself enough. Consistency doesn't mean he's above average or elite. Colson's elite. Miguel Vargas was a little inconsistent, but showed brighter spots, I think, and is younger and can play defense. Like,
he doesn't have a spot to play.
he doesn't have a spot to play. He's not even that fast.
If he could
He's
play
literally, like,
second, shorter, third, okay, let's have the conversation. But he can't. You can't have that as your DH, man. You just can't.
He has, like, we looked at this, and his walk rate got a little bit better. But even for, like, players that had 1,000 plate appearances in their career, he has, like, one of the 10th lowest walk rates. Like, he gets by the skin of his teeth, and he'll need to consistently get by the skin of his teeth. The White Sox want to get off that ride. I'm fine with it. If you want to buy a Lenine Sosa jersey and have him be on the team for 2026, that's fine. Again, he's not worth hand-wringing. Let's get to Lenine Sosa and the 2025 White Sox, all right? We got 10 minutes to name all of the 2025 White Sox that played for the team. Joey will pull it up in a second here. We have 62 players to name. Shout out to Trey for doing this. Joey, you probably want to make me smaller. Yeah, I'm just move it over a little bit. Wonderful. All right.
Yeah, right.
That looks gorgeous. Are you ready?
Hold on, let me move this guy over here.
All right, are you ready? And we're just going to type in the last names.
All right.
62
Rock and roll.
players.
And
9
I'm not
minutes.
helping you, right? Because this is your quest.
You just might need to tell me positions and games played. I can kind of see them, but I'll try to name them, and I'm ready to go. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, just if I might need to help seeing. Okay.
Yeah. Of
All
course.
right, we're starting the quiz now. 10 minutes to name 62 players from 2025. We should probably start with the easy one. Luis Robert Jr. That's a center field. 110 games played. And we have to do Luis Robert Jr. Hopefully we could type in the last names. Trey, what did you do? Okay, let's do Teel first because we know that he's there and we know that Caro is there. I don't know if Teel is 78 games played at catcher and then Caro at 111 games played at catcher. Left field, 116 games played. I think that's Andrew Benintendi. So we got that one right. Lenine Sosa, we've brought him up. Let's bring up our guy. Oh, Lenine Sosa, the most played games. I didn't know that. 140 games played for the Sox. Let's go Mediroth. I don't think he's going to be on that. He's the fourth player at 122 games played. I think the second player is Miguel Vargas, first base, third base, that played 138 games. Outfielder, 134 games played. Even though he was hurt, I think in a weird way, it's either Tauchman or Taylor. Both of them are going to be on the list. Talkman's at 93 games. Let's do Taylor. Taylor at 134
you got a double
games.
dip, too,
And
with
we got
Grant Taylor.
There we go. Let's do Smith. Maybe more than one Smith. No, Cheyenne's the only Smith that popped up. All right, utility player that played over 100 games. Is that Brooks? Brooks Baldwin? It is. Amazing.
Yes.
72 games in relief. That's either one of the Tylers. That's either Gilbert or Alexander. So let's type in both. Gilbert, he threw 46 games. Alexander threw 31 games. Who threw 72 games of relief?
Leisure?
Oh, is it Mike Vassell? Is that? Oh, Vassell only 47 games and he threw over 100 innings. That's absurd. All right. Yeah, try Leisure. Try Boozer. Both those guys pop up. We're at 17 out of 62 with 8:18 left. Boozer and Leisure all pop up. I don't know who that relief pitcher is. It's going to throw me off. Is that shortstop and third base with 71 games played?
Yes.
Try Meade. I'm gonna blank on one of the like real obvious ones. We did Mediroth. We did Sosa. We did Colson. No.
I'm gonna help you out with one right here.
Oh, why'd you do Palacio? Baby. No, come on. Could do Colson. I don't think we did Colson yet. Why did you say why did you help me out? You said you weren't going to help me out.
I just wanted Palacios.
Right,
I wanted him and I got him.
Do Greg Jones. Greg Jones is on the list. We know Greg Jones. Do Derek Hill, who was on the team for a second. Do our guy, who's the catcher, Matt Tice, Thaiss.
Wait, right?
Yeah, there you go. Who else got traded? Our guy, Hauser. Adrian Hauser got dealt. We got 24-62, 7 minutes left. Name some of the starters. Cannon, Martin, Burke, opening day starter. Oh, Perez, Martin Perez. Slater, Austin Slater. He was traded. Relief, 59 games. Oh, this is nasty. Who did I watch for 70 and 90 games? Who threw in almost half of the White Sox?
They didn't have a lot of saves, so
no. That was Grant Taylor mostly. Oh, Wilson, Bryce Wilson. That's a name. Oh, Oh, we
There you
got
go.
Steven Wilson as well. We got
yeah, double tap.
For some reason, I also like that for Bryce Wilson, we didn't call it. He's like Lance Lynn, but we called Steven Wilson another Beach Boy.
All right, we're
But yeah, I
making
forgot
good
about
progress
Wilson.
here. First baseman, 48 games played. Come on, baby, you know this.
First baseman, 48 games played. Oh, Tim Elko.
Yeah.
Is that Tim?
Oh, it
No,
wasn't. I
it's
thought
not
it was
Tim.
Elk does the body
No.
good, but it wasn't.
Who's gonna be a first baseman that played 48 games? Oh no. Oh, Vaughn. It's Andrew Vaughn.
Gross.
Corey Lee.
Lest me
I haven't
forget.
laughed this much since Corey Lee had 5 hits.
Lest me forget.
Holy hell. Oh, I'm good. Honestly, I forgot that he even existed. Oh my God. Second base and third base. Who is that going to be? Who is too bad to play shortstop? Try Amaya. We'll do Amaya. We'll do Amaya, not
yeah,
Maya,
yeah.
not the Mayan.
Oh, I know.
Empire.
I think I know who it is.
It's Vinny Capra. Oh, hey, Josh Rojas too. Are you typing it in? It's with a C.
Oh, yeah.
You're helping me, but you don't even know how to spell Capra.
I forgot already.
Oh, that relief pitcher is gonna bug me. Okay. Are there any other starters that they list? Or are they all relievers? I guess they're.
We got a
some
starter.
outfielders.
No, we got.
Catcher, 4 games played. That's Omar Narvaez. I remember that. Come on, Narvaez.
right,
Yeah,
okay.
there you got it. Second base played 25 games.
Oh, I know one of the starters, by the
Well,
way.
there was a Maya. There's Capra. Is there another one? I think we hated another guy like really badly.
Well. Wait, Dom Fletcher's outfield only.
Oh, Don Fletcher works. Yeah, Don Fletcher, and then we'll do Corey Julks as well. Corey was on the team for a bit. Yeah. Now let me think. Oh, Will Robertson. That one's going to be a gross one. He ended up playing 24 games for the team. Mercy. We got 41-62, about 4 minutes left. I got to start thinking of some bullpen names. Prelander Barreau never pitched.
I'm helping you out with one right
Gregory
now.
Santos never pitched. Oh, Aaron Savali. Okay.
Yep.
There wasn't a Santos that played, right? For the team? Just type in Santos, just for the hell of it. Okay.
Deny.
Oh, this is nasty. I got the Tylers. Oh, Isert. Brandon Isert. I think I got.
That's it. That's your
Oh, okay.
72.
72. Okay.
Holy moly,
There you
72.
go.
We'll never forget.
I got 43-62.
First base outfielder, 16 games
Caleb
played.
Freeman. Caleb Freeman pitched 5 games. Thank God I remember that. Yoendrys Gomez. Okay,
Yep.
that's a good one.
Yep.
Thank you for your help there. Owen White. Owen White's a name. Oh, you can't show me the chat because I already saw Robertson, but we already got him, thankfully.
All right,
we
we
got
gotta do it
46
alone.
to the 62. Infielder, 3 games played.
Second
Who did they
baseman,
call up at the
25 games
end of the
played.
year? Oh, so yeah, second baseman, 25 games played.
Ooh, this is getting real.
Yeah,
this is getting real
nasty.
dirty
we got
right
325 left, 46 to 62. All right, do you want to help me now? I
now.
got about
I'm
46
starting
of the
to
names.
run out a little bit, but I
Yeah.
can start
I'm
like
trying to
racking my
think
mind
of-
here.
Just terrible relievers that we've had to watch. Okay, so you get Wikelman Gonzalez. That's fair. Who else was on this damn team? This is great radio, I bet, too.
First base outfield, 16 games played. Now that one, I'm just kind of like, wait, what?
I think I know it. It was it's not Gallo. Gallo didn't play for the team. There was a first baseman that played in like May for them. I think he's a white guy. Hey, is it he used to play for the Angels. It's not Logan O'Hoppe. They signed him last year. Oh, Bobby Dahlbeck it's a different guy, but it's Bobby Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck is one of those
Holy
players.
moly.
Who is playing for Charlotte? I want to say Reed Detmers. There's a former Angel that I just cannot think of. It's not Reed Detmers. It's a pitcher.
I'm just typing
I'm
in
just trying to
stuff
think of
now.
names. Oh man, holy hell!
Wait, former Angel hitter?
Do you have a thought?
I mean, I don't know. Give me somewhere to go in my mind palace.
First
here.
baseman, left-hander. Oh man, we're gonna get it. We're gonna stop at 48 out of 62 with 2 minutes left. I feel bad and a little stupid, to be honest with you, because I feel like I should be able to at least get to 55. Relief pitchers that threw 20 games for the White Sox. There's got to be some ones in the early years. We already got Wilson's.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Clevenger. Great.
Oh, my God.
Clevenger threw for the team.
God help us all.
I tried to erase that one. Still couldn't. No, not Chad Cool. Chad Cool was a couple years before. Not my guy. Not Davey Garcia. Not Kyle. I can't think of the guy that used to flick the ball.
We're coming
Kyle
up on
Crick.
60 seconds.
Not Kyle Crick. This is real nasty. I just need one more. I'd feel fine if we got 50 out of 62. We got a minute.
We can get it.
We got 1 minute to name.
You can phone the chat for one person. If you close your eyes, I'll phone the
I gotta
chat.
look a little bit more.
Yeah, close your eyes. I'll phone the chat for one person.
No. Don't. Oh, Ryan Noda. All right, there you go.
There's the chat.
Okay, so that's the A, not even the former Angel that I'm thinking.
One relief game pitched. I mean, my God, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
25 games played
I thought
at
about
second base.
Freeman because he's a former Sox. Oh, there's a bunch of those Brewers that they picked up. Oh, Elvis Peguero. Elvis Peguero, baby. P-E-G-E-U-U-P-U. Oh, no, isn't that Elvis Peguero?
Oh,
hey, we got it,
Elvis
Elvis Peguero. Let's go. Let's go. 51 to 62. All right, that's going to be it. I'll go to the Oh, Nick Maton. Oh, we'll type in Nick Maton. Opening day starter. Oh, wow.
Your second baseman.
That's brutal. Yeah, that's going to be
second base.
84%.
Altavilla, no.
Oh, how do I forget that facial hair? So we got 52 of 62.
Gage
thank you to the
Workman.
chat for Ryan Noda. We did forget Cub and White Sox legend Gage Workman. We also forgot Dan Altavilla, Frazier Ellard. Forgot about my lefty. Penn Murphy, who was the highest rated White Sox when 2025 MLB The Show loaded. Jared Schuster, another lefty. That was the guy that I was trying to think of.
And Brian Ramos is a crime, dude.
Yo, Ramos is bad.
Because they simply just didn't bring him up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like we were talking about him all year long, and then
We were talking about him that much.
there was a lot of people in the chat saying, "Where's Brian Ramos?"
Yeah, Jake Palich, Brian Hudson, Gage Workman, Brian Ramos, Miguel Castro. Oh, I forgot. That's a 2024 White Sox for me, and then Travis Jankowski. All right. I could swallow those names. I feel bad about the relievers. I could have done better with Altavilla, Ellard, Murphy, and Schuster. I should have gotten those ones, but I'm fine with forgetting Jankowski. I'm even fine with forgetting Ramos. I mean, Brian Ramos just hasn't done anything to be rememberable. Brian Hudson, I think, was the other Brewer that I forgot. But yeah, appreciate it. Thank you to Amy Bartolini for getting Noda, and appreciate Melissa, Max, for all hanging out. And thank you to Ryan as well. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. We'll clip that, and we'll see how you can do. We'll put maybe the Sporkle link in the chat, but go check out Trey. Shout out to Trey over on Sporkle and for putting that together. That's going to do it for the CHGO White Sox podcast. Appreciate you hanging out with us. This podcast is presented by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary with our friends over at Bet365. We will see you next week, hopefully with BZ, maybe Beef Loaf, and more. Goodbye.
We all silly like